Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Sorry it's been a little bit since I made a video, but had to get some stuff done around the house, and I also took a little bit of vacation to go visit some family. Well, we're back on the 64 Falcon now, and let me show you what we're going to be doing today. Okay, well in the last video, we started putting the new springs underneath the car, and today we're going to go ahead and continue with that. Well, the plan for today is to undo the front swing shackles. I've got new bolts for the springs to bolt to the axle, so we can actually get the springs to set as they're supposed to sit. And what we'll do is we'll jack everything back up and hopefully start making mounts today to get everything mounted to the frame rails. All right, we'll go ahead and get set up, see what we can do. All right, so we'll go ahead and get this one taken off first. Right here. I gotta get a little hammer for that. Oh well. There we go. Just let it down a little bit. Let's get the other one undone. Okay. See if that loosened it up a little bit. There we go. That one's out. All right. Okay, so we got the axle out, back out from under the car. Go ahead now and go ahead and get set up and get these new springs back on it. Okay, so here's a package that we're using for the new U-bolts. Got these from Speedway. And there you go. There's the part number if anybody wants to see it. Anybody wants to get a set for themselves for their gasser. Does come with new U-bolts, washers, and nuts. We'll go ahead and get these going. All right. It does come with 2 U-bolts with all the washers and the nuts that you need to make it work. So like I said, so on these springs, they have an eye bolt. They have a bolt that runs through to keep the whole pack together. And if you notice on this eye bolt here, on this bolt, excuse me, it's round. And if the corresponding hole right here, that's where they go to keep them straight. So alrighty. So I'll go into that like that. And you got one bolt. That. That one's in. And we put this one on. So I was on vacation. I was up in Pennsylvania. And what I found out was that Eastwood Company, place I've been dealing with for a while now, is an hour away from my sister's house. Wow, how did I not know that? Well, I just found that out recently. And I was like, well, I know what I'm doing when I get up there. So, yeah. So, my brother in law and I made a trek or two to Eastwood. Picked up a lot of good stuff. Guys that were really cool, really informative. Helped me out with what I needed. This was the one in Pottstown, Pennsylvania. So I appreciate the guys that I dealt with. I wish I got their names. I didn't. I apologize. But a couple of really cool dudes were working there. And I found out they also do classes. Well, while I was there, on I think it was Sunday we went, Jamie Jordan, and if you don't know who he is, I'll put a link to his YouTube or to his social media, any one of his social medias. He does crazy bead rolling work. So he was there and giving the class, and the classes are the whole weekend, and they're a little pricey, but they're all day long, and they take care of you, they feed you, they give you drinks, from what I understand. But and you learn from professionals. You're not learning from just some average guy. So you're learning from people who've been doing this or in the business for quite some time. So all right, let's go ahead and get the other axle, the other spring set in, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we got the springs on, and I don't know if you can tell, but so here's the front, and then if you look, if I bring it up enough, you might be able to look at it and see how they actually are not actually parallel. Like I said, they V out from each other. So, and like I said, that's supposed to help with handling and drivability, and also what is also known as death wobble. So, all right, so let's go ahead and see if we can get this back under the car. Actually, the next thing we're going to do is, I apologize, we're going to go ahead and we're going to knock out these brackets here. So because we're not going to be using them anymore. So you can get those taken out. Okay, so here we go. We got the old swing shackles out. Knocked them all out. Like I said, they were just tack welded in. So I knew these weren't gonna be permanent. So, but we got ahead and got those out. Now, next thing we do is take a quick break, grab some water, and then we'll go ahead and slide that under there and see how it's gonna look. Be back in a little bit. All right, guys. Well, check it out. After a lot of tedious work, here's what we've got. All right, so we got the axle. It's not tacked in or anything. It's just sitting there right now. It's just held up with the motorcycle jack, but it is centered. It is side to side centered, front to back centered. It's where it needs to be. That's where it's going to live. But the best part is, if you notice, zoom in here. All you can see, but now the steering arm does not hit. So that's going to be glorious. So we can actually steer the car lock to lock either way. And I'll show you the other side. And there you go. So it is all in place. Like I said, right now it is just being held in with that jack stand. So although it doesn't look like we really got much accomplished today, we really did. Measuring everything, checking it 2 and 3 times, make sure everything was level and that it was centered where it needed to be. You guys know that does take some time. Let me show you one thing we also did to the shop, help us keep it a little cooler. So we did add AC to the shop, thankfully. because I'm afraid that this summer here in Florida is going to just be brutal. But let me show you. So about a half hour, maybe 35 minutes ago, that thermometer said almost 100, and it's now what, a little over 80 in here. So it feels very good. So I'm very happy with that. Hopefully, be able to keep us nice and cool during the summer. Be able to get some more work done. All right, guys. So we did set out to get some work done today. We did get some work done today, albeit it doesn't seem like a lot. But as you guys know, measuring everything and making sure everything's straight is a lot of work. So this is Mike coming from Old School's Garage. Until next time, I'm out of here. Later.